Welcome to Credit Unit 2 Module 2. Keeping in line with what we'd been looking at in the last module, this module is all about employees. It's possible to start your business all by yourself, but if you want your business to grow, eventually you're probably going to need to hire some employees. Knowing how to attract, develop, and retain good employees is important, and is what we call human resource management. Just like we talked about in the last module, this requires analysis and planning. You'll need to conduct a job analysis to determine what you're looking for in a candidate, and you'll need to forecast your hiring needs to be sure you're properly staffed to meet the predicted requirements. We'll take a look at how to do that, as well as the steps to be taken in the selection process. Once you've found the best candidate for the job, you'll need to train them. Even if they have experience doing the exact job you've hired them for, every workplace is a little different, and you can't expect them to know exactly how your company operates. Having a good training program in place will make sure new hires feel comfortable and learn to be productive quickly. But don't think that once the initial orientation is done that's it. Ongoing training and development is an investment that companies should give serious consideration to. It helps your employees grow and develop new skills and allows your business to stay on the cutting edge. It's also important to keep your employees happy and motivated. Having the most talented work crew won't be of much use if they aren't inspired to live up to their full potential. Plus, if they become dissatisfied and you lose a valuable employee, it can be expensive and time-consuming to find and train someone to take their place. So we'll be going over some theories related to motivation. Specifically, Maslow's hierarchy of needs will show us how what motivates a person can change over time. Two-factor theory will tell us how creating satisfaction is not simply the opposite of preventing dissatisfaction. Expectancy theory will explain how people are more inclined to put forth effort when they believe it is tied to results and ultimately to rewards they value. And equity theory will show us how people compare the efforts they put in and results they get out to others to determine if they're being treated fairly. Then we'll look at some other things companies can do to make their workplaces great and hopefully get their employees to stick around. Ideas include redesigning jobs to make them more interesting, helping employees find a good work-life balance, offering alternative work schedules like flex time and compressed work weeks, offering competitive pay and benefits, offering incentives like commissions or bonuses, and providing family programs like childcare and family leave. These factors all feed into finding, training, motivating, and retaining your employees, which is great, but at some point you'll need to make sure that your employees are getting the work done that they're there to do. This is where the performance appraisal comes in. Whether or not these appraisals are tied to raises and promotions, you'll want to conduct them so you can get a better idea of how well your employees are performing. To make sure things go smoothly, set clear goals and expectations of employees ahead of time. Complete written evaluations of how well employees are meeting the criteria, and meet with employees to discuss the evaluation and the implication it has on them and their job. Usually these evaluations are conducted by a supervisor who's assessing a subordinate, but sometimes evaluations are conducted by peers or even those working below them. Finally, we'll take a look at unions. The basic idea behind them is collective bargaining. Since a large company is not likely to suffer from losing one easily replaceable employee, that employee would have very little power in negotiating with management on their own. But if all the employees came together to negotiate with management, together they'd have a bit more clout. Even though losing any one or two employees might not threaten the company, losing all their employees might. We'll take a look at how unions operate, how management deals with them, and what their future might be. Dealing with employees is a complex issue, but this module will get you started in the right direction. So now, on to the reading.
Created using Powtoon.